All right, what's up, everybody? Jesse Piccolo. Hey, this video is on identity, all right? And we need a self-renewing identity of self. We need to recognize, realize, and become fully aware of who it is that we truly are, because we dictate our identity based off of what society tells us. And we can talk about race, we could talk about name, we could talk about religion, we could talk about political affiliation, we could talk about career choice, we could talk about your criminal record. All of these things identify you, even your gender, okay, which give you a I am so-and-so. I am a entrepreneur. I am a man. All this shit, okay? And I want you to know that before you recognize that you had identity, okay, before all that, you were a child of God. You were a child of the Most High, okay? Now, where does that identity come from? That identity comes from within. That identity comes from the awareness that you are the temple of God. Does society tell you that? Fuck no, they don't tell you that. Why don't they tell you that? Because they don't want you to know that. They want you to be conformed to this world, okay? They want you to be conformed to the external world. And that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. If you read the good book, if you read the Bible, that's a problem. When you allow the outside world to dictate the way you feel, the way you think, the way you operate, all that stuff, to the full effect, you're putting all your eggs in the basket of other people's opinions and views and allowing all that to form your identity. Somebody laughs at you and says you're fat. Oh, I'm fat. Maybe you are fat, but that's not what you got to hang your hat on. But if you're fat, then go get in better shape, because shit, don't you want to be healthy and live a longer life? Like that's a whole topic of another discussion. But the point is your identity. When I had the identity of a D1 athlete playing college baseball, a ladies' man, a popular dude, all this shit, I was attracting and creating a life that would fulfill that identity. And all of that stuff brought turmoil. It brought false self-actualization and built my foundation of self on sticks, which allowed karma to come and wipe me out, put me on face first and be like, damn, what the fuck? All that's taken away, all that's gone now. Who am I? What am I? And I had to start from level 0. I had to go all the way back and ask myself, who the fuck am I? What the fuck is this place? And that is when I opened up the good book, and it told me right there. It said, you're a child of God. You're the temple of God. The kingdom of heaven dwells within you. And I was like, whoa, okay, hold on. This is great, because I'm having a problem with figuring out who the fuck I am, because, my life is on a whole nother course now. And recognizing and realizing that I actually hold the power within to dictate my life through my actions, through my daily habits, through my disciplines, which will lead to helping me form and create a better identity. That right there allowed me to fill myself with a little bit of confidence that, hey, if I'm a child of God and God created all of this, what can I create? What the fuck can I create? And I started getting into manifestation. I started reading the Bible a whole lot more. I started realizing that all the external things that I was putting into my life, as far as drugs, alcohol, whatever I would infiltrate with these eyes through, television, music, whatever it might be, that it was having an effect on my conscious, on my psyche. And I was reacting to certain situations based off of the way I was programming myself through society's ways over the course of 22 years. And that shit, again, led to full self-destruction. And I was like, fuck, man, this shit's ass backwards out here. Society's telling me all this, and God over here is telling me one thing. I like what God's saying over here, because this is giving me structure. This is giving me wisdom. This is giving me guidance. This is giving me hope. This is giving me security. This is giving me promise. This is giving me the keys to myself to create and form a new identity, or the identity that I actually came to this planet with and that God had intended for me before society started to infiltrate and manipulate and allow me to be led down the wrong course or the wrong direction. So if you're struggling right now and you don't like the way you look, and you don't like your life, you don't know who the fuck you are, you don't know where the fuck to start. Start with inside yourself. Recognize that you are a child of the Most High. And that through the power of God, not the word of God, through the power of God, you can follow the word of God. The word is the way. There's, I don't know how many different freaking, ethnicities there are around the world, but I can tell you what, there's only one species of human beings. No matter if I'm Asian, African American, white, South American, Cuban, Venezuelan, whatever it is, we all look the same within. Our heart, our lungs, our brain, our bone structure, everything. So you can't tell me that, you're different than me. You're not. We're all the same. Yes, we all operate differently and shit like that, but the operation of God's temple is all the same. Therefore, we are all children of the Most High. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a great creation. It's a great place to start. Because when you start there, you build your foundation on the most fucking rock solid thing that there ever has been known to man, which is the love that God provides to you, the protection that he provides to you. And it's not like protection in the outside. No, it's protection in here. That's what a lot of people get it fucking twisted, bro. It's like, oh, God has a plan. God has a plan. Well, was God's plan for your daughter to die in a car accident? Probably fucking not, But was your daughter making the proper decision by getting in a car with somebody who had been drinking at that house party, when she was 18? Like what? No. God's plan is blossomed off of the vine that he has dedicated for you specifically within you, which is your authentic self, your true identity. But you come to this planet with that shit. But then when you fucking leave the planet, or when you adopt to this fucking society, this flesh and blood, the sinful ways, you abandon that vine, and that vine just grows dark and old and gets covered up by all this new vine, which is the external world, which is what society depicts you and gives you your identity and says, this is who you are, this is what you're about, this is what you like, this is what you love, and this is what you're gonna fucking do. And you just abandon God. You abandon that true internal life vine that you're supposed to be nurturing and watering and climbing and eating from. And then you wonder why your life's in fucking shambles. So yeah, God has a plan for you, but if you ain't climbing God's tree that he done put inside of you for you, you're on the wrong tree. You're on the wrong bus. You're going the wrong direction. You're not following the internal light within you. Therefore, you're not going to create the identity that is truly you, your one authentic self. And that is what we need out here. We need people to tap into who it is that they truly are, because we are one. Let me say that again. We are one body under God through the Christ mind. We will operate through infinite intelligence, be guided directly with who it is we truly are to create a better world, to be on this earth and serve our true purpose, which would be working hand in hand as a unit, not divided because of fucking gender and because of fucking race and because of political parties and because of all that external shit. No, we would come together as a unit through the internal divine light and be guided by that and come into connection to create relationships with the individuals who is meant to be created with to serve our purpose, to create the life that we were here to create. You have to operate and report to the divine up above through the infinite intelligence. That's your identity. When you make decisions based off of lower level emotions, that's going to provide lower level actions, which is going to result in low level fucking consequences. Like when you take your instruction and your wisdom from the divine, you're going to be moved to do bigger and better things, which is going to create a bigger and better life for you. Okay? Let's tap in as a unit, as people, as individuals. I got a lot of love. I'm going to keep this shit going. Tap in.